Alright. Continue. Now, what was I doing again? Oh, I need to sleep. I am so stressed. So I can't do anything because my stress is at 100 out of 100. So that ain't good. So I can talk to people though. You don't see Dis at first, but you hear rustling followed by a screech of metal and metal. After a few minutes looking, you spot Dis placing large rocks in front of a piece of congregated metal leaning against the wall. He stops and looks at you. You didn't see anything. He says, going back to Kavrapis. Dis, did you make a hole? Are you sneaking out of said hole? Dis, come on, mate. Dis. He made a hole in the wall. He made a hole somewhere in the wall. What was that? Medicinal roots? Cal is leaning on the garden fence and looking out at the colony. That attack was awful, he says. I did something I'm not proud of and people still got hurt. He sniffles and rubs his face. All the adults tell me that it's okay because I had to do it. Hello, Snake! Because I had to do it. That I was brave and I protected the colony. But I don't want to hurt anything, not even a monster. Do you think he'd like a root? Want to hear a fun nature fact? Done. Okay, my dad. You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you, looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom said, there is a such thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge would help you recharge those solar cells. What do you think? I'll sleep when I'm dead. Your dad laughs at your audacity and then sighs and shakes his head. The buzzberry did not fall far from the vine, he says. You and your mom are the same. Just promise me you'll take a break before it gets to that point, okay? Oh. Your mom is hard at work. Are you even surprised anymore? She cares about these fields more than she cares about anything else. So me? She cares about that field more than she cares about me? Aww. Wow. Mars is watching her holoscreen intently. She shushes you before you can get a word in. They're about to kiss! Mars hisses, barely giving you a second look. Didn't he say he liked gardening? Wait, hold on. I just looked up the answer. Dis, I have you some roots. You want some roots, bud? Dis sits before a collection of rocks, grouped by color and texture. As you watch, he takes another rock from his pocket and stacks it with its kin. I still haven't fucking met Rex or Sim. He looks at you. What? He says flatly. You've never seen rocks before? Okay, shut up. First off. And take this and eat it. Wow! This is uncharacteristically excited about the roots. They're so colorful. I've never seen roots like these before. What kind of plant are they from? I gained 2 friendship with this. Yay, I did it, guys. And an enemy. An enemy has her mouth wide open to the sky, catching flakes of the weird snow that drips from the sky. Tangy! She giggles. Get it? Tangy, like tangent? That's what we used to call her. Do you remember? No. I don't remember much from other than this year. Tang furrows her brow at you as you approach. You again? She says, why do you keep pestering me? It's not as though you've done anything to impress upon me your usefulness. At your blank look, Tang rolls her eyes. What I mean is, we're not friends. Okay, bitch. Rude much? I guess the only thing I can do is rest. Living quarters, relax, and lounge. Is Cal gonna be fucking crying? Oh my god, why is this game all of a sudden lagging at me? You nestle in the cushions. Why is it all of a sudden... Why is the game all of a sudden lagging? Like, it didn't last time. You nestle in the cushions, close your eyes, and listen to music. You have an archive of over 100 years of music to choose from, but still, you wonder what new songs they've written these days, 10 million light years away on Earth. The only new music you've heard is when adults have come up with a new space chanty. It's nice, good music for harmonizing with friends as you work, but it's not really something you want in your ears all the time. Relaxing, I took the month off. Cal strength. Yeah, no, it's both lagging. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like, I had my model on last time, too, so it can't be that. Let me close Discord. And I could close Steam, too, so I only have the 3 things open. Let's see how that goes. Do you keep your memories? Wait. I'll keep my memories. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack on Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. The security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They're reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In all of the excitement, you forgot that today was your birthday? Nah, darling. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with an enthusiastic shout of surprise! The Vertumnun year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is in the 2nd month of quiet. But we're in the 1st month of quiet. The fuck you mean? I'm so confused. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle up with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from his back. Well, dude, their friend fucking died last year. Because of like a broken thing. They got shocked to death and they got thrown against something. And their friend was 8 or 9, one of those. Like, I don't blame them for forgetting with everything that happened. And also, like, the colony got broken into during the glow hours. And so they went through a lot last year. I didn't read that. Like a magic trick, at least you think it's fruit. What are those? Bobber fruit, your dad grins. The foragers have been picking these up just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. Try one. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft and tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there. Your dad says wistfully. Who knows what else you'll find? But yeah, it is sad. But that's what happens when you don't live on Earth and you don't know what's going on and you're the first people to colonize this planet. Selena's not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Excuse me? Game. Come on. Well, I know, but eventually, your mom says, but your mom cuts him off again. Not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack, not with everything we know is out there now. You knew about the monsters, admit it. Your parents exchange a heavy look. The surveyors knew there was something dangerous out there. We hadn't encountered it. My goodness, I have like snot in my nose and it's not going away and it's fucking with my talking. Let me try getting it out real quick. Okay, let's see if that helped at all. I doubt it. It doesn't feel any better, but I got something. But we didn't know it would attack the colony. We thought if we closed the gates and stayed inside, it wouldn't see us as a threat. We didn't want to scare anyone, your dad adds. It was just a precaution. Even still, your mom says, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when to run away, your dad adds. Security Chief Rhett's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know. Even for kids, if you're interested, you should drop in soon sometime. Your mom gives you a stern look. And I've heard stories of kids sneaking outside the walls, she says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm gonna put a chip in your ear. You'll laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. What? Me? Never. Yeah, you better never. Your mom retorts, crossing her arms. I'm gonna be a good girl this year. Good kid, I should say, because I'm a they, them. This. So I've already done that. Cal is rubbing his hands at the water barrel, trying to unsuccessfully get all the dirt out from underneath his fingernails. It looks like a bit of a lost cause. Cal's hands have been dirt stained probably since he landed here. Stupid, Cal mutters. Stupid, ugh. He jerks his hands out of the water and holds them to his face. You hear him sob. Why did they have to? It's not fair. We didn't do anything to them. He wipes his eyes and startles when he sees you. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. He says, I was just washing my hands. You want a bobber? Food! Kyle grabs the fruit out of your hands and remembers his manner and gives you a big hug. Thanks, Slane. I'm starving. How'd you know? The internet. I'm kidding. Anyway. An enemy is running around the sports ball pitch. Combs says the most important part of defense training is knowing when to run away. She helps as she runs past. Good thing I'm so good at running. Is this the garrison? I might have to do one of those self-defense classes. Tang burrows... Tang furrows her brow at you as you approach. You again? She says, why do you keep pestering me? It's not, oh, I already talked to you about that. I don't want to repeat words. I don't like doing that. Come on. Mars yawns as you approach, making no attempt to hide it. It's so boring here. I just watch hollow vids all day and all night. Why do I bother sleeping? It's not like I need to save my energy for anything. She says, I wish I were in a hollow vid. Then maybe something interesting would happen. Sorry, babe, but you're not. Your mom is taking a break at her makeshift desk inside the domes. What's up, Slane? She says, need me for something? Your dad is poring over some reports on his holopalm. Oh, hey, little seedling. He says, distracted. Did you know that watato plants were related to a sniff blossom? I never would have thought. What in the world is watato plant? And what is a sniff blossom? Like, explain these. He puts down his work and smiles. What do you need? Let's see if he's still depressed. I think he'll always be a little depressed now, because I mean it was his daughter that died. Yeah, Tammy died. Hey there, Slane. Uncle Tonin tries to muster his old smile. Oh no, I'm afraid you better stick to sports ball for now, okay? It's a tough world outside these walls. Your daughter didn't even die outside the walls, Tonin. She died inside. It's not safe either way. She died doing chores. You attend your first session of Security Chief Rhett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officer and other adults. You and Anami are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. I thought Rhett was a... Never mind. I'm just not gonna say anything. You could be walking along thinking you're safe within the walls and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky, and then what do? Rhett chops the air with his hand, Ida style. I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna chop that beast right in the throat. Hiya! He points at the assembled class, but only if you learn what I'm gonna teach you. And the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for the demonstration? Sure. The security chief doesn't scare you, or so you pretend. Rhett is like the biggest adult you know, and so he is intense. You step forward and Rhett nods as he crouches down. Okay, he says, I'm a manticore, stalking through the forest. What do? Run away. There's a smattering of laughter among the students, but you have to live your truth. If you see a manticore, you are out. Rhett doesn't laugh. That's correct, he says proudly. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. So first rule of self-defense is not to put yourself in a situation where you need to fight. Sounds awfully violent. Babe, we're on an alien planet where they have zero clue what is out there. So, better to be violent and live than peaceful and die, you know? That's my thoughts on it. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons, with a few plaster rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. Get to work. Oh, right, I gotta do some stuff. Yeah, I would rather live too. If that meant running away, tail between my legs, I would too. You didn't? Oh, it's fine, thanks for asking. Okay, so I can turn that in. But it's all the way over there. I don't wanna... Oh, fine, I gotta turn in my assignment anyway. I had to wait for my teacher to get back to my email. And I didn't know when that was gonna happen, so I decided to just start stream. So sorry about this little intermission, but I need to turn this in, or else it'll be late. And there are no making ups. Okay. So I need to save this. Go to here. Go to the bottom. Press this button. Computer. Upload. There we go. Submit. Done. Alright. Back to the game. As you get older, challenges have conditions. The challenge suits social, mental, or physical. Determines what conditions can appear and what decks will work best. Try to collect social yellow cards if you want to win battles for social skills, empathy, persuasion, creativity, and bravery. Okay, I see. Let's see if I can... $14, that's better than 13. Yay! I got 2 in combat. Mid quiet, late quiet. Wow, it's late quiet already. Damn. And unread opens. Okay, I've already read you. This. Have you snuck out again? Why'd the animals attack us, do you think? This says softly. Probably because we're not supposed to be here. That's my guess. I agree. Cal, you still over here, bud? You are. Cal, you've already read that, your depressing story about how you think the world is unfair and all that jazz. You catch your dad taking a break in the shade of the geoponic stones. Oh, hey, he says, waving lazily. Taking breaks is important. Don't forget to take care of yourself, okay? Your mom blinks at you like she hasn't seen you in a while. Wow, you're getting bigger. I said that wrong. That's fine. She mutters, shaking her head in disbelief. I'm only 11. I'm gonna get taller and bigger and handsomer and cuter, you know? Gotta catch that. Gotta catch the love of my life somehow. You spot Mars tapping away at a hollow screen. She appears to be trying different clothing options on a digital doll maker. Look, Slane, she says, showing you her work. You can look like anything you want. I always thought I'd look good with, like, horns, maybe. She hums. Maybe I can ask engineering about it. Sure. So, I've already talked to them. I'm probably going to do biology. Because for some reason, my biology is absolutely amazing. This week in biology class, you're learning about predators and prey. Professor Hal brings up a picture of a hawkeye on the projector and asks, who can tell me what special thing hawkeyes do when they see a predator? Tang hand shoots up. They hop very quickly away. That's why we call them a hawkeye. That's true, but not what I was getting at. Tang stammers and looks upset, like she can't believe she got something wrong. Hal scans again. Anyone else? Slane? Do they dump their feet? You go with your gut and make a guess based on what you know about the behavior of communal animals. That's right, Hal smiles. Slane sounds like they might have met one before. I haven't, but okay. Tang gives you gives you an appraising look, like she didn't expect this from you. I don't want good boy points with you, okay? I want good boy points with my bitch. Okay. Okay. I was like, what's happening? I couldn't figure it out for a second. Late quiet. Early pollen. Let's talk to Dis first. Dis wipes his eyes and hides his face. Go away, he sniffled. I just want to be left alone. Why won't people just leave me alone? I don't want to be a part of this stupid colony. Okay, babe. I'll leave you alone. My dad wants to talk to me. Mars has moved. I can pick up a sturdy marshwood thing, marsh log. I wonder if people get added as time goes. Cal is kicking a ball against the garden fence post, cheering when it bounces back towards him. Ever since we landed here, I don't play a lot of sports ball. He's just picking up the ball and tucking it under his arm. And Nanami and I used to play a lot. But honestly, I think I'd like working in the garden more. He smiles up at the sky. I just don't like doing stuff that feels like it makes a difference, you know? Oh, I do like my bad. I don't want to play all the time like a Nanami. Fair enough. Anemone huffs as she runs up and doubles over, bracing on her knees. I'm going for the Bantam Division a distance record at this year's Ventalmia. I tried. Da-na-na-na. Tang furrows her brow at you as you approach. You again. She says, why do you keep pestering me? It's not as though you've done anything to impress upon me as your usefulness. We're not friends. We're never be friends, you understand? You met your dad adjusting a watering pot bought in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit. His eyes are running and red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look so sick before. People were hardly ever ill in the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made him feel queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine, just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose on a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. Even though it has nothing to do with hay, your mom cuts in carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in bloom this time of year. She buries her nose face deep in them. And they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful, and then he blows his nose loudly. Sniff the flowers tentatively. They do smell good, and they look harmless. Okay. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Slane, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. This might be time to relax and stick around in the quarters wing. Oh, it's the anniversary of her death. That makes sense. I'm not doing that. I wonder how he's reacting. No, I said the same thing. Let's do some more defense. You run into Cal and an enemy on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's Cabertoss! And then he shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long mush tree pole. Then she throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record! She shouts and ties a piece of caution tape to the end of the pole. Your turn next, Cal says, pointing to a neatly stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they're probably destined to be new lookout tires sometime. Choose an average one. Selene has made a fine pole selection. Cal narrates in a haughty voice and has lifted it onto their shoulder. Next, they will approach the sprinting line and begin their run, tossing the cabba before they reach the finish line. Lift, throw, run. Oh, I should have kept that. I'm stupid. This is fine. One, two, 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 two. Yay! I got the super goal. What do you mean? Bitch. The pole sails down the hill past all the other poles, coming to rest sticking out of the ground. Wow, you beat my distance! Enemy says when she jogs back up. Players can't beat each other in Moshwood Tosh, Cal corrects her. They can only beat their own high scores, but you get 3 bonus points if it's sticking out of the ground like that. You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire stack of poles are jumbled at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. Wow. So I sucked at that, apparently. Mid-pollen. Okay, we've already read that. You got anything new? We've read that. Your dad brightens when he sees you. Why, if it isn't my favorite gooseberry. He wheezes, I'm glad you're not as messed up as your old man. The pollen is no joke. Your mom is hard at work. Cal is kneeling in the dirt, carefully planting pieces of potato. When I was a kid, I thought everything grew from chopped up pieces of bigger things. I mean, that's how it works for potatoes and onions. He sits back on his heels, a funny look on his face. I guess I must never have thought about how babies were made, huh? Oh my goodness. Cal. Mars is watching her holoscreen intently. She shushes you before you can get a word in. They're about to kiss. Not friends. You're bringing supplies to medbay when you see something unusual. Tang curled up on a bench, her head pillowed in a rolled up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You've never seen Tang sleep before. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into an enemy. Whoa! She says she hardly ever sleeps. Like just a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tang snoozing peacefully. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement. Enemy sighed, says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jaw. She hardly ever needs to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's test. Let her sleep. Tang's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap. No reason to gawk. You're finishing breakfast in the common area when Marspin struts in. Look at you eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up. I bet you don't even know what day it is today. Your birthday? No, you dummy! My birthday is the first month of wet season. You better remember that. Today, she announces to the room, is St. Valentine's Day. Dis and Cal wander over here to hear more. Back on Earth, Mars explains, it's a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And you put the sweets under your pillow and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And they were decoration hearts and arrows and pigs. What? Pigs? Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Dis snorts. This is dumb, Marspan. Just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he laughs, Mars shoots back. Well, nobody's gonna pick you anyway. You stink. I know who my best friend will be. I'm gonna tell the other kids about it. So you go ahead, find your best friend, and give them a gift. She points her finger. Make sure you do it by the end of the day or else it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, I'll hold tryouts for the positions. It's only fair. But I don't have shit. New perk. Lane to botany. Unlock xenobotany research and geoponics. Oh my god. Cal or Dis? Do I want Cal or Dis? Let's see. Cal, probably. I have more friendship with him. And we can try for Dis next time. Cal is standing on top of a bluff, carefully pouring a bucket of water down to the dirt on the other side. He's covered in mud. Hey, check out my mud slide, he explains. He grabs a piece of sheet metal and slides it down the dirt pile like he's riding a surfboard. Mud goes everywhere. He jogs back up and hands you the sheet of metal. You try now. You make it up without failing, but mud gets splattered all over your legs. It is pretty fun, like a hoverboard, but crunchier. Want to be best friends forever? I guess so. I lost my old best friend, so yeah. Am I a fucking replacement? Is that what's happening right now? Am I a replacement for Tammy? Is that what is happening right now? Cal, what the fuck? Okay, want to try the mudslide again? You spend another hour on the mudslide until you're both covered in mud. You couldn't be happier. I'm just a fucking replacement. That's what happened right there. I didn't mean to go that way. That's literally what Cal said, right? I lost my new best friend, so yeah, sure, you can be my best friend. Like, Cal. Mars is in a huff. Because he didn't pick her for Valentine's Day. Seems like nobody picked her. I should have gone with Dis. At least Dis is... I don't know what Dis would have said. I said I'd go for Cal this session, and that is why I went for Cal. But I guess when I come back to quote-unquote life next time, I will choose Dis, and I'll start going after Dis. You just feel sorry for Cal, don't you? Look, we all miss Tammy, okay? Whatever, Mars says, muttering, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. Do we have older kids? I thought we were the only kids. What do you mean, older kids? Your dad spots you taking a break inside. Okay, takes a big gulp from his canteen and then uppins the rest over his face. Whew! He exclaims. Wish I could take my eyes out of my head, wash them off, pop them back in. He laughs at the look on your face. Too gross? Too gross. Sorry, kiddo. This pollen's just so itchy. A lot of people in geoponics get sick this time of year, especially your dad, because the pollen doesn't bother her as much. Your mom has to work extra hard to pick up the slack. Hey, Slane. Do you need something? I'm a little busy. Sorry. Naname rolls a bobber fruit down her arm and flicks it to you with an elbow, then munches down on one of her own while she watches the construction shoe work on the walls. Kinda cool, huh? She says. Soon this place is gonna look like a real colony. Sure. Oh, good, Tang says, barely looking up. Another thick-skulled cretin coming to interrupt my work. What do you want? Not you, that's for sure. Wait, let's go try out that thing at the geoponics that I unlocked. Hey, kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk, where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I really got my hands in things here. You hand him the tool, which uses a wedge to open some sort of weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pulls on the desk. Whoa, he said. I thought I'd drain this little beauty. Can you, get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck, it's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks up with you at pride. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of you kids to come help me out with researching with native plants. You think you might want to be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology. It's not as glamorous as genetech research with instance, but it is important. He grins. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a big fan of alien plants, you know. If it were up to her, we'd fill these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else. But there's got to be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants while you're exploring, bring them here and we can take a look. Does that mean you gave me permission to go out exploring? This will give me friendship with Cal! Your dad introduces you to the little lab they have set up in one of the greenhouses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing to all around him. We're surrounded by alien flora, and we know practically nothing about it. What's edible? What's medicine? What can we make with fibers or build with or use in ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me, we're gonna find this out, my little potato. Your dad dissects you. Dissects you? Oh, I am not mentally... Oh, I think I've been streaming for too many days in a row. Oh my god. I think my brain cells have diminished. Your dad directs you to a workbench, and here's where you'll be working. The bench is buried under samples and beakers and weird-looking alien sprouts. More than just a simple table, the analysis bench is covered with buttons and little holes you can put things into. There is no on switch. Yep, you looked everywhere. Oh, fucking hell. You put one of the seedlings into a small slot in the table, a little door slides shut, then reopens. A little burr sound startles you. Oh no, you broke it, your dad laughs. Nah, just kidding. You're a good kid. Good instincts. You mash all the buttons on the table until, yo, 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 kiddo! It's congruence. The friendly ship's computer beams at you from her little holoscreen set on the bench. Of course she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge in the colony, after all. You wonder where she got yo, yo, yo from. Your dad laughs. Don't tell anyone. Congruence is the real brain of the operation, he confesses, though it's not like it's a secret. She'll make sure we don't do anything super dangerous. I mean, you and I get to focus on experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new. So don't be afraid to try some stuff. Seven in biology? That's amazing. Okay. Early dust. Dust is such a dry, hot season. Those suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush Vertimnun jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm and you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which usually comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after your sleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertim dirt this week. Sure, that sounds neat. He shows you around the rows of corns and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly, that's what you expected, but your dad enthusiastically points out they're ready to harvest. Don't forget, Vertim Festival is coming up, and there will be a talent show and a fair show. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Slane. You spot Dis arguing with someone working in expeditions. They point angrily back to the gates and Dis slinks towards you. Anger in his eyes. We're trapped here, he grumbles. I hate it. I hate it here. Don't you have something you should be doing right now, Slane? Okay, bitch. Cal is doing some stretches in an open area of the garden. One of my mom's boyfriends is teaching me yoga, he says, looking at you from upside down. I can already do a child pose and downward dog. He flips over and lies on his back. This one's my favorite, though. Just lying down. That's fun. Mars is watching her holoscreen intently. She shushes you before you can get a word in. They're about to kiss. I'm busy. What do you need? An enemy is running around the sports ball pitch. Calm says the most important thing of defense training is knowing when to run away. Okay. You join Cal at the particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, careful, pushing compost off of it into the pile. Don't you just love this? Cal says excitedly. No, I mean just this. He waves his arms just encrusted up to the elbows to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we're just moving dirt around, we're still helping. Why do you like us so much? Well, he considers, I like digging holes in the dirt because it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand into the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. Well, she got away, she said, but she was real shiny like a rainbow. Wait, I just thought of something I like better. Getting dirt underneath my fingernails. I don't know why, but it's the best. I hate when my hands are dirty. It's time once more for Vertomnia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year ever since the attack during Glow, though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations. This Vertomnalia just feels different in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for the government activist speech. What a year Vertomna has given us, the government against her weedy voice. I stand before you so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I've always hoped that we could bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity. And the events of this year have given me so much more reason to given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertomna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics have already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, as second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. This is a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey, she says, did you hear? My dad says Edicott's going to announce the depot's open to the public. You know, shopping. Somewhere to spend all the kudos you've been saving up. There's going to be candy, toys, and makeup. Nice smelling soap. Not the boring kind of communal sours. You know, the concert. Fucking. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes, but you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need, but it'd be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad gives me allowance, Mars says. Shooting you look a pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Edicott, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Edicott gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council members remained unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. Music starts up as Governor Edicott finishes. Thank you all for all your hard work and your prayers to preserve. This year, together we build the future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Vertomnia Games. Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair, and a bot wrestling, now with an obstacle course. Which one will you do this year? Your competitor for the science fair is predictably Tang. Her project is on the tensile strength of various building materials, concluding that mushwood is the best choice for when you consider not just strength but also sustainability and easy of use. The judges want to know what you've been working on. I guess I have to give up. Hey, Jay! I'm doing good. My brain is currently melted. I cannot read words anymore. So that's great. After this year, I'm definitely probably not going to continue today. Having to stream every day. I've made myself a goal that I'd stream every day until I get 2 more followers. And I'm currently on my 5th day. And I am dead. I am dead. Let's hope I get enough sleep tonight. In secret, you've been working on a social experiment on delayed gratification. You've been sneakily studying the adults, taking notes on their snacking habits and their mood. You didn't come up to any conclusion, but you present some gossip you learned. You picked out the biggest, juiciest hot pot of strawberry from the delivery and ate it herself without sharing. It's fine. I'd rather have actual people than just bots. Well, not really bots. I mean, it technically would be actual people, but you know what I mean, right? You didn't come to any conclusion about it, but you present some gossip you learned, blah blah blah. The judges are appalled. Oh! After the festivals are over, everyone takes time off for a much needed break. Mars organized a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits. You end up on top of the western wall with dislodging water-filled puff shrooms down onto the suspecting and on in the sports ball. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge. You're looking for some solitude. Mid-dust. Read that one before. Read that one before. Tang brought a skunk bug for show and tell in biology, and it got scared and made the worst, most smelliest smell. ever. And everyone thought Tang had farted. Oh my gosh. I had to clear the whole room and it took weeks. I was so gross. I remember that, Selene, except the way I heard it wasn't Tang, it was you. What? Tang, you telling lies? Tang, are you telling people lies? And me look at her palms up to you excitedly. Selene, look. Her palms are covered with a collection of dirt and flaky scales. I'm getting tougher each day. Sweet. Does that mean she's gonna be a lizard person? Oh. You read that. Mars. I'm so glad the shop's open. It's honestly not worth living if I can't shop. I don't have enough. Chief Administrator, seek, can... I need organization. Selene, you've never struck me as particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you're fit for the position of courier? Strong for your age, maybe, but lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. We've got the job for now, anyway. They use their elegant stylus to note this on their holopad. Come back in a few minutes, and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. What do I get? Organization, perception, and friends with Mars. I don't want to be friends with Mars. You're pulling weeds from the garden beds when you see Cal scurry past you, maybe with a purpose. He doesn't even seem to stop for a little before he disappears into a barn. You slip into the barn behind Cal. He's so absorbed in whatever's in the storage box that he doesn't hear you. You can do it. Come on, go, go, go. You creep forward, but the bar creaks slower. Selene, what do you need? What's in the box? Nothing. It's nothing. Whatever Cal is going to say next is interrupted by a chirping noise from the box. Cal gasps and whirls around, and you both rush forward to look. Inside the box is a pink caterpillar-like creature with the length of your arm blinking up at you with multicolored fastened eyes. Its mouth parts wave at you and make chirping clicking noises. It's hatched! Hey, little baby, welcome to the world! Yeah, it showed up in one of the first shipments of mushwood. Just curled up in a little cocoon. It looked like a dried up leaf, but warm. I didn't want to just throw it away in case whatever was inside of it was still warm and no one else was still living and no one else was using this busted up storage box. What is it? Don't know. I looked it up on the surveyor archives. No one's found anything like this before. Oh my god. It's actually absolutely adorable. What? Cal puts it on the shoulder. What are you, little buddy? Cal asks. You look like a big old caterpillar, but cuter. The creature yawns, showing off circular rows of tiny, even teeth. It nestles behind as he scritches it underneath its chin. Maybe we can call you a dilly pillar? He touches one of its 6 white-capped feet. Socks the dilly pillar. I hope no one finds out. Same here. Do you remember what Miss Manners, the mouse we found on the Straspheric? The grown-ups wouldn't let us keep her. I wonder what happened to her in engineering. Maybe Tang knows. I have to hide her, Cal says, looking around. Think she'll be okay if I leave her in the broken storage box? Go back to sleep, little buggy wuggy. Go back to sleep. Late dust. Yoga. Working hard or hardly working. Selene, good you're here. I could use your help getting the crops harvested. There's a lot of work to do. This wants to be left alone. Kind of cool. If I don't have the time to waste explaining simple concepts to mental degenerates. If you're here to ask me a question, please go ahead and make it quick. My favorite! And on my birthday too. What? How do I get it on his birthday? I fucking guessed that. He makes grabby hands at the cake and takes a big huff as the pleasant sugary smell as his eyes slip closed in sheer pleasure. Wow, Slane, he says, you really are the best of the best. Here, you can have a piece too. Let the icing melt in your mouth and let all your worries melt away with it. You spot Cal heading towards the barns at the far end of the farms. Hey, Selene, he waves. What's up? Just heading over to the barn. I finished before everyone else today, so I told everyone I'm going to clean it. No one wants to get roped into helping, so it'll just be me and Socks. You can come with. Cal whistles as you enter the barn, and the chest where the Socks sleeps starts to rattle. He laughs and pops open the lid, hefting Socks into his arms. Hey, girl! Time to get some forbidden daytime zoomies? You and Cal play with Socks for a little while, chasing around the barn. She skitters and stomps her stubby little legs, clearly enjoying the attention. I have a little while before I have to get back to work. What should we do? How about we teach Socks a new trick? Oh, yeah! I've been working on getting her to follow directions lately. That's a great idea. You spend about half an hour teaching Socks how to shake a paw. There are a lot of paws to choose from, and she seems delighted in giving you a different one each time. You can't help but think about working her like this might come in handy in the future. That's fun. That's the him sneaking out. This is the real living. Sometimes I just think we're still hurtling through space on the Strato, and I'm just so jazzed whenever I remember we're here on a real planet. He slaps you on the back. Never take it for granted, kiddo. You're staying hydrated, right? Your mom asked. When it's this hot out, you get dehydrated a lot faster than you think. If you feel thirsty, you're already behind the curve. She stops what she's doing and mops her forehead. It was pretty hot back on Earth by the time we left. You grew up on the spaceship, but I remember what it was like. And on my... Okay, that was her getting her scales. Oh god. That's her not liking people. And I think, yeah, I talked to Morris today. I can work again. The colony uses recycled spaceship parts to build new structures, but most of the new construction is made of mushwood, a fungal lumber harvested from the mushrooms at the tower of the forest in wet season. It's strong, tall, and versatile, like bamboo was back on Earth. But the downstar was harboring fungus is that the logs need to be dried out for almost 2 months before they can be used in construction. Maybe if you studied the mushwood, you can figure out a way to shorten the drying time. You'll need to get your hands on some mushwood to study. 3 pieces should do it. Late dust. Now it's early wet. Your dad's watching your mom work. Okay. Your mom says you're getting really big. Cal is kicking the sports ball. This is standing outside the cover of the walls. His face turned to the rain, arms stretched wide. He's soaked to the bone and his clothes cling to his tiny frame. This planet is wild, he shouts over the driving beat of rain. You can't stop it. It just is. I can't tell if he likes it or if he hates it. Anime holds her palms up, too excited. This is her getting her scales. I'm busy saving the colony. What are you doing? And let me check my collections. Yes, I have 3 marsh logs, so I can do that fun thing. Mars pockets are bursting with candy. Research Xeno. Study this mushwood. You examine the mushwood under a microscope, take notes on its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested and wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose structural integrity and turn to, well, mush during glow. Studying the exact processes by which the cells take in the water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushrooms from taking on too much water during wet. If they don't take on as much water, they won't take as long to dry. You should be able to develop a spray that the loggers can apply to the fruiting body of a mushwood, the parts that stick out above ground, to close its pores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. This is great. Logging will be so much more effective now. Early wet. Mid wet. Wow, you're getting big. Your dad is completely drenched from the seasonal rains. It's him trying to break out. And that's him thinking everything grows from smaller bits. Screw this. Anime looks up from the dugout awning and scowls. Stupid rainy season, stupid planet. I just want to go play. I'm busy. What do you need? Da, 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 da. They're about to kiss. Research. Tangent doesn't work with you, but she stops by every now and again in a pair of notes to complain about your experiments. She loves talking about novel substances, things the colony could use for new substances of fuel or medicine. Even boring stuff like glue. The idea the colony could harness the power of her tumna is really exciting for her. I'm trying to get biology to 100. I want to see what happens. Late wet. Oh, it's almost glow season. Glow season is literally next. This is... You don't like playing sports ball. No, I didn't. I'm sorry, Dis. Uh... Stupid rain, stupid rainy season. Can I help you? Mar, why do you have to be all the way up here? Mars is leaning over a holoscreen, chin in hand. She exhales and blows a piece of hair out of her eyes. I hate schoolwork, she says, but my dad's told me that a good education is necessary for all people of culture, so I guess I gotta do it. She scrolls listlessly through her work with one finger. I'm doing the science parts the last, though. You're helping your mom repair the garden fence when you see Cal slip away into the barn carrying a blanket. You excuse yourself and follow. Does he still have that weird pet bug? He does, in fact, that weird pet. Cal looks up at you and smiles, cradling Socks in his arms, rocking her back and forth. The little nubs on her butt seem to be getting longer. She must be growing. I made her a little bed in that trunk over there, he says. She mostly likes to curl up in the dark. She sleeps a lot. Socks chirps and Cal sits on the floor, letting her curl up in his lap. I've been coming in early morning and staying late every day so she can play in the sun, he explains. That's when she gets more active, but her favorite thing is laying in my lap for belly rubs. Isn't that right, Socks? Who's a good dilly pitter? You are! You are! Do you want to feed her? I collected a bunch of leaves for her. Here, take one. You kneel down beside them and take one of the leaves. Yeah, I feel like literally next month during glow season is when things are going to go shit and I'm going to lose my best friend, Cal. I fucking hope that's not the thing, but I just have an inkling, you know? It comes from this place. It is probably not as innocent as it looks, but hopefully he's bonded enough with them that maybe, just maybe, there's a chance. She's like a tiny dinosaur caterpillar. Munch, munch, munch. Ouch, Socks nips your finger. Her teeth are... Didn't we hear that she had flat teeth? The fuck did they get sharp? When did her teeth get sharp? And now she's had a taste for human flesh. Oh, fuck. You pretend like it doesn't hurt, but it super does. You can barely keep yourself from crying as munches happily over your finger. It's bleeding sluggishly. I learned first aid from my mom. Let's just wrap it up and tell people you banged it on a door. Cal, this bug's gonna get you killed. Why'd I let you keep it? Why'd I let you keep it? If people think she's dangerous, they'll take her away. She's not dangerous. It was an accident. Cal brushes his hand over the loose dirt and towards the straw. My mom says there's aliens here are dangerous. I asked if, like, in theory, if I found an alien, could I keep it as a pet? She said I can't. Even if it's a nice alien, cause diseases and stuff. Socks isn't sick, and she doesn't mean to hurt anyone. Other animals probably don't either. Oh, Lord. We're fucking dead, aren't we? Oh, no. There's a commotion in the square. An expedition vehicle has driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square. An unusual sight. People come down from the command to investigate. Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudges over to Edicott. After a brief conversation, you can see Edicott gesture for people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see when they're unloading. It's a body. Chief Surveyor Tonin. Do you think he went out and got himself killed because his daughter died last year? Somebody quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before the image of his torn open body is seared into your mind. However he died, it was violent and bloody. You feel your stomach cramp with nausea. What happened? Dis said, coming over to crouch around the corner with you. You share that Uncle Tonin is dead, and he stares at the sheet-covered body intensely, as if he can see through it. How did they say? They never tell us the truth anyway. Nobody will tell the kids what really happened. Did someone eat him? Did he get lost or fall off a cliff? Did they even know? Dis nods, frowning. They don't want us to know about the monsters and other worse stuff. They want us to think everything is fine, but it's not. This planet isn't as nice as they say it is. They hate that they can't control us. You and Dis watch the adults carry Uncle Tonan's body away. From the way he's probably practically vibrating, you can tell Dis wants to ask more questions about what's happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away without saying anything, probably to go and try and take another look at the body. At least Tammy isn't around to see this, you think. At least they're together now. Wherever people go when they die. You watch Utopia bend over to get a hug from Edicott, wiping her eyes as she finally cries. Edicott has never been the most comforting presence in your life, but it seems to help. Utopia is probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She was only a toddler when the stratosphere left Earth. Apparently, her sharp eye and hover bike flying skills are the best in expeditions. Glow. New perk, more collectibles. Dai pokes a glowing bud with his toe. The seed head snaps free and dips up into the dark glow, slowly breaking up into small luminous specks. Make a wish, he says. You need a break soon. Anonymity flashes her headlamp at you as you approach. Did you ever learn Morse code? She says. Calm says if I spell out a bad word, my headlamp is going to break off. Be careful, she warns. Now that we know for a fact it isn't safe out there during glow, I won't have you venturing close to the wall. Stay where I can see you, close to the ship. That's 15 stress. No, it's 10 stress. Let's just take a break. Cal is practically practicing hoverboard moves in a corner of the lounge. Because the board never touches the ground, the adults can't really complain. And the way he has pillows to land in. He's working hard, trying and failing, flip after flip, but he hasn't even broken a sweat. He waves you over. Hey, Slane! He says cheerfully. Do you want to practice with me? You practice with Cal for another hour, but it's exhausting. By the end, you're sweaty and a little sore, but you feel good and you promise to come back all this month and keep you company. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of your last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that the attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed, you drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then just as glow starts to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the sun almost rises past the horizon again. The sirens start. You're reading a hollow novel in bed when you hear them. You're followed by the stomps of boots down the hallway outside your quarters. An alert flashes on your hollow palm. Shelter in the creche. This is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are going to stay in the greenhouse. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us. Don't worry. We're more prepared than we were last time. Love you and stay safe. Are they going to die? You could go to the creche where you belong, or you could follow the security guards and see what's happening. I don't have enough bravery. You head for the children's creche. Look. On your feet, you can never forget the way. When you get there, you spot Tangent and Dis huddled together on the the beanbag chairs. Dis is stone-faced as usual, but he's holding Tan in his arms. You can't remember the last time you saw them this close. Tang must be really scared. You take the seat on the beanbag chair and wait. Other children filter in. Anonymity, her little brother's Nougat, you don't see him, so Cal must be sheltering with your parents in the greenhouse. You hope they're okay. It's so dumb they won't let us outside. We live here too. We deserve to know what's going on. They treat us like little kids. I'm not even scared. You search his face for signs. He's lying to sound cool, but his bad mood seems sincere. Don't be ridiculous. There's dangerous animals out there. This just shrugs. Nothing scares him. You don't hear much from outside. After a while, the sirens sound all clear, and you file back to your quarters. Your mom and dad join you right away and give you a big hug. Thank you for the instructions. When things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Rhett, but all his defensive improvements were exactly what we needed. Ugh, he's going to be so insufferable the next council meeting. Credit where credit's due. Fulu Bell. It could have been worse. Poor Hal. What a way to go. Yay, Pumpkinhead? Your dad says, yeah, they're going to announce it in a few hours after everyone's had a chance to calm down. He didn't make it. He's going to teach class now. Don't worry about that. Classes will be canceled while they disseminate engineering, and we see what happens afterwards. You curl up thinking too quietly. There must have been some mistake. Your teacher can't just die. He's your teacher. You try to imagine life without Professor Hal, but you can't. What about Cal? Really quiet. I know dislikes that. I guess I can just give it to him real quick. It takes a while to find Dis, but when you do, you almost wish you hadn't. He's standing over the bloated body of a dead Hopeye, nudging it with a stick. When he sees you, his eyes go wide. I didn't do it, he scowls. It was like this when I found it. Really? Wow. Dis says uncharacteristically. Okay. Yeah, Cal's still alive. Oh, it is her. You step cautiously through the colony gate. Slane, how's it going, partner? Chief Surveyor Utopia casually steps out to bar your way while making it look accidental. Whoa there, I don't know if you're ready to head out there and join surveyors just yet. Why don't you skedaddle and stick to sports ball inside the walls for now? She rubs her knuckles into your scalp and sends you on your way. You've already looked at all those. View the map again. Okay, there we go. I am absolutely exhausted. So I hope you guys did enjoy what I'm doing. It was great to see you. Let's see if we can raid anyone. If I don't know, if anyone I know is not streaming, I'll just go to bed. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, it is a nice game. I just need more brain cells than what I do right now to read. And I currently do not have enough. As you could probably tell by my lack of being able to say words. So yeah, I'm gonna probably just head to bed or something. I don't know. It's fucking only 4:30. But I'm exhausted. If I feel like I might play Palia, I don't know. Definitely not streaming again tonight. I am way too tired to be doing that. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Snake, for staying. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time tomorrow. Yay.